Hi, I'm Molly Mullenkamp.
I'm Danielle May.
I'm Jessica Herndon.
I'm Maggie Dillon.
I'm Brianna Dirksen.
I'm Sophie Saxon.
I'm Braden Collins.
Imagine you are on a tropical island on vacation. You're surrounded by the ocean, sand, and palm trees. Then one of the workers at your resort offers you a fruity drink and a fish appetizer. Do you take the food or do you retract into your old habits and order something you already know that you like? Your answer might tell more about you as a person than you would think. When you are trying new things, you gradually start to become more comfortable with these kinds of choices. This can also be shown in the ways that your life can become more intriguing along with having a healthier lifestyle. With all this being said, taking risks and trying new things are key components to living a happy and fulfilling life. My first point is that being open-minded is important for being happy and having a fulfilled life. So, with this being said, open-mindedness and closed-mindedness are very different from each other. When you're open-minded, you take other people's opinions into consideration and think that they should have the rights to think and have their own beliefs and opinions. Kendra Cherry recaps a section of her article on Very Well Mind, saying, "Open-mindedness refers to being receptive to other ideas and new experiences. Closed-mindedness involves much more rigid thinking and a refusal to consider other possibilities." There are also many benefits to being open-minded, such as trying new things and having a stronger mental ability, as well as being optimistic. And this also goes along with something that Cherry states later in her article, and she says, "Of course, open-mindedness has its limits. It does not imply that you must sympathize with every ideology, but making an effort to understand the factors that might have led to those ideas can be helpful in finding ways to persuade people to change their minds." And also, with being open-minded, you need to ask lots of questions. So when you are open-minded, you listen to other people's opinions and you think about all the different options that are available for you to think and believe. You also need to be rational and thoughtful when you are thinking about these things. My second point is that trying new things benefits you a lot, especially in the long run. So if you're not trying new things and you're just doing a routine in your everyday life, things can start to get boring. And when you think about this, what kind of joy are you having in your life? Larry Alton states in a HuffPost article, "Despite the fact that we live in an enormous universe with 7 different continents, nearly 200 different countries, more than 7 billion people, thousands of languages, and hundreds of thousands of unique experiences, we stick to what we know." And I think that just really goes to show that we should try new things and put ourselves out there, because you never know what could happen. There are also many benefits to trying new things, such as having a more intriguing life, being more creative, as well as meeting more people. Another thing is that you can become a yes person with being open-minded and trying new things. So being a yes person basically is when people ask you to do things or like try new experiences, you are willing to do them and you think about the good things that could happen and not all the bad things that could happen. My third main point is that trying new things can lead to a better future for yourself. So trying new things can create more opportunities, and these opportunities can be very helpful in your career, in your religion, and also your relationships. And these relationships can also help you make connections at your job or with other people, and they can also lead you in your spirituality. Trying new things can also help to increase your mental ability as well as capacity, and this is just shown in, like, if you are trying new things and listening to new kinds of music, you are being exposed to more things. Christy Hedges refers to a statement by Andrea Kaczewski, which states, When you seek novelty, several things are going on. First of all, you are creating new synaptic connections with every new activity you engage in. These connections build on each other, increasing your neural activity, creating more connections to build on other connections. Learning is taking place. You also need to be intentional with your time and the new things that you are experiencing. Obviously, you want to have priorities in your life, and you want to put those things first, which is basically what a priority is. But if you are prioritizing your everyday life, like the things you do on a day-to-day basis, what's the fun in that, and are you using your time wisely? This also leads into not wasting your time. So if you are wasting your time, think about all the other possibilities that you could be doing. And this also leads into talking about your new experiences and things that you could experience. And this leads into my fourth main point about experiencing different cultures, which is also a key component to living a fulfilling life. And this all connects back to open-mindedness as well, because when you experience different cultures and religions and languages, you really start to appreciate everyone, and you can have a better understanding for how everyone lives their day-to-day lives, not just what you have experienced in your own life. And open-mindedness kind of goes hand in hand with being well-rounded, because when you're a well-rounded person, people know you to be very knowledgeable, very sympathetic, empathetic, and you're very responsible as well. Jessica Trudell states in an Align Thoughts article, the 3 R's of being a well-rounded person are responsibility, resourcefulness, as well as resilience. And I think this just really sums up the whole idea of well-roundedness being connected to open-mindedness. Traveling is also very important for being well-rounded and experiencing different cultures, because you are getting to experience firsthand what this is like, and like what other cultures are like, because you get to learn about their languages, their religions, why they wear the clothing that they do, as well as the different foods, such as in America, we eat a lot of, it's like stereotypical that we eat a lot of pizza and fast food, but in other countries, they home cook all of their meals, and they're also very flavorful. Cultural experiences can also be very beneficial to your life, which goes back to being well-rounded as well. And a BA's article states, by immersing ourselves in other cultures beyond our own, we can learn about each other, where people came from, what their traditions are, and what they struggle with as a community. It also causes us to criticize assumptions held about our own daily life and practices, encouraging incredible personal growth. And I think this really just goes to show that when you are experiencing new things, you can grow not only as a person, but you can also help other people grow as well. My fifth and final point will be talking about why trying new things and experiences a vital part of life. This goes back to my point about not wasting your time and using your time wisely, because you want to have a lot of variety in your life. If you're just doing the same things all the time, and it can get pretty boring, and you can start to become not as knowledgeable about the things around you. You also don't have to worry about being perfect. Taking risks are a very important part of life as well, and failure is almost one of the most essential things in life, and it can be more important than success. Allison Dienstman states in a GoodNet article, look at the 16th president of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, who lost 8 elections, failed twice in business, and suffered a nervous breakdown all before becoming the greatest American president, one of the greatest American presidents. Through failure, he developed the persistence necessary to later lead his nation through one of its hardest periods in history. Perhaps he could have never done so without experiencing so many failures himself. And this also goes to show that confidence is also a key part of life. Living a happy and fulfilled life means that taking risks and trying new things plays central roles in the sense of fulfillment. There are many different things you can do to try and achieve a happy life, but having new experiences can help you to achieve your goal of this. A few examples of trying new things can include traveling to new places, trying new foods, as well as meeting new people. This goes hand in hand with learning more about different cultures and experiencing their unique way of life as well. There are also benefits to trying these new things and having those experiences. All of these things put together can also cause you to become a more open-minded and well-rounded person. In conclusion, do you want to be considered a well-rounded person as well as live your life to the fullest?